Hey everybody, welcome to the Messy Keto Kitchen. Who has a craving for pigs in a blanket? They are the most simplistic food. I think they served it in school lunch, but it's amazing and you gotta try it. I have the recipe for you right after this. All right guys, like I said, pigs in a blanket are super good. They curb all sorts of cravings. So yeah, kids at home, they're fussy eaters. You wanna feed a lot of people and you wanna do it quickly. This is the recipe for you. So what we're gonna do, what you're gonna need for this recipe is, you're gonna need some cream cheese. You're only gonna need about 2 tablespoons. Now, if you're doubling this recipe, which you can, obviously just double the ingredients. And as usual, almond flour. So you're gonna need 3/4 of a cup of almond flour. We're basically making a fathead dough with this. So if you're familiar with fathead dough, great. If not, I'm gonna walk you through it. You're gonna need 1 egg and some mozzarella cheese. You're gonna need about 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese, and then whatever your favorite sausages are. I like the jalapeno cheddar, dealer's choice. You could even do this with just regular hot dogs, whatever you like. If you have fussy eaters at home, maybe some kids, switch to just the hot dogs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, and we're gonna put it in a microwave safe bowl. Boop, 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 boop. And you have to sing because that's very, very important. The singing is really very important, guys, so don't forget about that. Also, a measuring cup, also very important. So we're gonna do 1.5 cups of the mozzarella. And I always get my mozzarella at Costco. I tell everybody this, you don't have to, but you get 2 of these bags for like, I don't know, $9 or something. So on a keto diet, I use mozzarella a lot. So maybe you just invest. So 1.5 cups, we're gonna pop this in the microwave. It takes about 1 minute and 20 seconds in the microwave, depending on your cook time of your microwave. And then I usually take it out, stir it, and then add about 15 more seconds. So I'll be right back. One of the best things about this recipe is that it looks like you spent a lot of time with it, which is awesome, but it is so quick. I'm gonna have this to you guys, even including all the setup and everything like that. Oops, we're gonna have this done less than 20 minutes. While we're waiting for that to cook, make sure that your oven is preset to 425 degrees and that you go ahead and get your cooking sheet out. So I have one of the silicone mats. You can use that or you could just use parchment paper. So just make sure that you already have that lined up and ready to go. And in addition, you're gonna need an extra piece of parchment paper because we're going to be rolling out the dough. So this is gonna go on top of the dough when we use the rolling pin on top of it. And then we sing a song about pigs in a blanket or pigs under a duvet. And that's important for you to know. And oh, you're lucky, Saved by the Bell. No more of my antics. Okay, so when you pull it out of the microwave, it's gonna look it's not gonna be all the way melted probably at the beginning. That's okay, like I said, we're going to go ahead and give it a quick stir. Just kind of incorporate those ingredients just a little bit. Looks so good. Some people don't like the sight of this. I think it looks amazing. Actually, we melted it up pretty good. I can already tell you I do not have enough cheese in there. Sometimes one of the struggles you have to go through because the cheese is like kind of loosely, it can be kind of loosely packed. You might not get enough in there. You'll know, I promise. So I'm gonna zap that for just a couple more seconds there. What is the worst thing on the school lunch menu when you were a kid, Dean?
Corned beef hash.
Ew. That sounds gross in real life. Like I know a lot of people like corned beef hash. I think, well, it ain't right, but that's just me.
It looked like Alpo.
I bet you it was Alpo. I bet you this.
Any excuse not to like something.
That was it? I bet like the school subsidies, you know, like with the food subsidies, that was like part of their agreement with people. Stretch the budget, yes. Good. So we're giving this another stir. I think because I added a little bit more cheese. And again, 1.5 cups is the right amount, just so we're all clear. I don't want you guys to think that I just go willy-nilly with this. But I can tell you that there was definitely not a full 1.5 cups in there. And that's why I added a little bit more. So we get about 20 more seconds. We just kind of want it to be a little bit more melty so we can work with it a little bit better. All right, now we're at melty deliciousness. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to add my almond flour. This is 3/4 of a cup of almond flour that we're going to put in there. All right, and I just give that a rough stir just to start incorporating it a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit of work. I'm just gonna tell you, don't get all panicked on me and be like, this doesn't mix like I'm used to. Like, it's gonna be okay. A little effort, guys, it's fine. So while it's still kind of at like the halfway mixed point, I'm gonna go ahead and add my egg. And a little bit of shell, apparently, too. This is why Dean always cautions me about cracking the eggshell over the side of the bowl. Haha, Dean.
It's extra calcium.
It's extra calcium. Good roughage, something like that. You're young, you'll bounce back, guys. So once you start putting the egg in there, obviously it gets a little slimy for a second. I know that's not the best selling point for me trying to sell you on this recipe, but it will for just a little bit. You'll know that your dough is properly mixed when there is no more egg slime and it looks like a good piece of dough. I should open a Fathead Pizza Parlor and call it Good Piece of Dough. That's a terrible name. Just go ahead. Fathead Pizza would be a much better name. Ugh. Okay, so there we are. That's how it should look, like regular dough. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and scoop it out onto my cooking sheet. Are my sound effects or my voice effects doing anything for you guys? Comment below. Please stop with your stupid voice effects, Steffi. Yeah, you don't tell me what to do, I'm a grown-up. All right, so here's my beautiful fathead dough. I'm gonna go ahead and put my piece of paper over it. And I kind of give it a quick little spread. Again, most of you probably made fathead dough by now, but pretend you haven't and pretend this is the first time you're ever seeing it and I'm a genius, okay? A genius. All right, grab the old rolling pin, and if you don't have a rolling pin, it's okay, guys. Use a can of green beans or something, whatever can you have available, or you can actually mash it out with your hands. It's not gonna be too bad. So as close as you can get to a rectangle shape, it really doesn't matter, I promise. But if you can, if you're talented enough to do so, do so. I am not talented enough to do it, so I kind of just wing it. My pieces always look a little wonky. I've watched other people do like a, some sort of fathead dough situation, and their crust always comes out so pretty. Mine is always, look, it's like an Easter egg. It's like an Easter egg. And it doesn't matter. It really, in the words of Bill Murray from the movie Meatballs, it just doesn't matter. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do with your dough now is you're gonna cut it. Since I have 6 sausages, I'm going to cut 6 pieces to wrap my sausage. Boop, boop. They don't have to be perfect, guys. Don't even worry. That's the beauty of this. This is the mess. But if you wanted your kids to do this with you, I mean, this is an easy, fun kid project too. I remember when I was a kid, my mom had us make a casserole, and it was called I think it was called skull and bones casserole or something like that. And the coolest part of it was on the top is that you cut this hot dog on top and it made this cross, and it was just the coolest thing. We were so proud. I don't even remember it tasted good. It was probably not even that great. So anyway, you take your sausage or your hot dog and you take a little of this. And again, you don't have to be fancy. I've seen some people that are ultra fancy. I am not that person. So I just wrap it up just like that. Dean, it's so simple, even you could do it. Even you. Dean's actually a very, very, very exceptional cook, so I like to mock him a little bit. So see, I'm wrapping them up. And again, some of the pieces are a little bit bigger than others. If you want to make sure that it gets spread out a little bit better, you can pull off a little bit there. They're gonna, when they bake up, they're gonna look prettier than what they look like now, so don't even worry. Don't even worry about a thing, 'cause every little hot dog is gonna be all right. Are my lyrics doing anything for you, Dean? Yeah. Dean's ready to divorce me right now. So see, I've got a couple of extra pieces. It's okay. We're going to use them, I promise. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. I'm such a gourmet here. All right. So see, we did pretty good. So now if I have any extra pieces, which I don't usually have, but I might find one of the ones that didn't get coated properly. And again, I like mine to have a good amount of the blanket to keep it warm on those cold winter nights. But you do you. All right. Let's see, this one probably needs a little extra blanket. He looks cold. So what I like to do, and Dean just reminded me, but I was gonna do it anyway, but I'm gonna make him pretend or think that it was his idea, is Trader Joe's has a seasoning called Everything But the Bagel. I like to put it on here, completely your choice. These taste good without it. Another option sometimes is just to put a little bit of melted butter over the top of it too. Either way, even without that, these things are gonna taste really good. But why not a little extra awesome? So Everything But the Bagel seasoning here, super good, not expensive at all. Trader Joe's is the only one I know that carries it, but I bet you there's like some sort of version. And this is just like all sorts of good, like, I don't know, it's got garlic and whatever. I don't even know what all is in there. It's just delicious. So I just make sure that I get those over the top. Dean and I are fans. Again, if you're not, or if you have a picky eater at home, do whatever. Do whatever. Garlic salt would be good on this too. So before they go in, this is what they're gonna look like. And we're gonna put them in. They take about 10 to 12 minutes, again, depending on your oven. I usually do the middle rack of my oven. You're looking for just nice, fluffy, golden brown, cooked all the way through. So check back with us in 10 to 12 minutes and we'll see how these bad boys turn out. All right, guys, the moment you've all been waiting for. How dope are these pigs in a blanket going to be? I'm about to show you. Don't go. Where are you going? These look amazing. I told you guys, man, see? And even those wonky little pieces that didn't fit properly, they still look super good. So they're cheesy, they're fluffy, they taste just like the real. I actually think they taste better than the real thing, and I will challenge you to a taste test. You make these in your home, and you tell me if anybody can tell the difference. Comment below, tell me how awesome this whole recipe was, tell me how much you love it, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. For now, I'm gonna go eat. Bye, guys.